Sim Racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver the number 35, stand up to Cancer Ford. I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am Sim Racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from iRacing, driver the number 44 Toyota Camry, and I am Sim Racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am Sim Racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am Sim Racing.
We are Sim Racing.
I want to welcome everybody to a special edition of Short Course iRacing right here, coming to you live from Fullerton, California, as well as around the country with drivers placed in their simulators to go for the iRacing Short Course Invitational here for that Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series Simulated. Hello, everybody. I'm Dave Arnold. We've got Randall Alvarez and Scott Rain in the house. We call some of the action with us here tonight. And a special program here. It is going to be a 3-lap qualifier and then a 20-lap main. And then we're going to switch it up. We start first in the sweltering heat of Phoenix, Arizona. Out there, I know it had to be hot there virtually as well as in real life. And then we're going to move it on up to Northern California, just to the adjacent to California, to Reno, Nevada, right there outside in Sparks, Nevada for the Wild West Motorsports Park. So looking forward to some great action here as we get ready for some qualifying here. The host of this, of course, is Connor Berry, and I want to thank a lot of our great sponsors that make this all possible. CBR, AIM Sports, CDC Apparel, Super Clean, Bomber Eyewear, Sparco, K&N, Lawrence Equipment, as well as Rigid Industries. And, of course, this broadcast is brought to you by Death by Moose Media. So make sure you get out there, go to the YouTube page, like it. We're going to be doing something special. If we can get 100 subscribers tonight new to the channel, we're going to give away some T-shirts. Isn't that right, Randall?
Yeah, so exactly what we're going to be doing is right now we're at 332. If we get to 400, we're going to be giving away a T-shirt. We'll pretty much what we'll do is all you have to do is like and share it on for this post that I have for Instagram. I'm going to be putting it up at the end of the race. Like and share it, and then subscribe. I can verify once we get to 100. We'll pick one of the persons that posted on the Instagram. I'll send you a message. We'll verify that you subscribed, and once that's done, you'll get a T-shirt going your way. I have 11 mediums and 3 larges still left, so there's definitely plenty of T-shirts to go out.
So we're going to get Scott Rain up in the tower doing his best Brett Favre impression, virtually throwing shirts to you.
The smaller the T-shirt, the better, guys. If you're making me throw it.
So
I don't want to throw my an extra large.
Yeah, the bigger the T-shirt, the more float you might get on it.
All right, let me go ahead and jump over to Bronson because I believe we are going to get ready and do the national anthem.
Bronson Cheramani, of course, in that beautiful Stars and Bars machine there. So, folks, please remove your hats. If you're sitting down, not in your sim, and you can't get out, it's time for the national anthem.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave. Oh,
And we are back. Thank you to Bronson for running out there in his All-American machine. Time to get back to qualifying. Dave, Scott, you guys ready for this?
Oh, yes.
Actually, to be honest with you, I really am. I've been watching a lot of guys do some practice laps. I've been watching some of the YouTube videos of prior races. So, you got a couple of drivers that really are on top of it, and you got some squirrels. How else do you put it? You know?
Well, that's kind of the nature of the beast right now with iRacing in general, because it's not technically a truck that you own, so you can be a little more aggressive than people expect you.
So you race it like a rental?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, or like you stole it.
There you go.
Well, it's kind of like the established race truck all set up and ready to go, and Dave Arnold, and the squirrel new race truck, me.
Yeah. Well, I'm waiting on my processor. My wheel would be here on this sometime after the 17th, so I can go squirrel with you. Great shot there of Mickey Thomas.
What are you guys looking at?
We're watching the actual broadcast.
So we're right now watching the qualifying.
Get me there.
I'll have to walk you through that during the week. Pretty much when they go into qualifying, what happens is each racer has their own session. So they get their own track to themselves. They have free time to really just do what they want.
Oh, wait a minute. So each racer is going to do 20. It was going to do 3 laps.
But they do it all at the same time. But it's so to cut down on time, they do it all at the same time. But there's multiple sessions going, so it's not like one person
I can't
rolls
see
out.
everybody, but I can see it on the clock because I see Rodrigo.
Correct.
And Pudi out there now.
Yeah, so Rodrigo, Joe Sylvester, and Bronson are the only 3 that haven't finished their qualifying. So
Okay.
like, Joe's finishing his right now.
Well, Bronson was busy driving around the American flag.
He might be still driving the American. No, he's in the pits.
Well, I know, so we have to give him time to get out of that rig, get into the other rig, right?
Yeah. No, he's running the full-fledged All-American.
I'm just watching the scenic camera, looking at an empty track.
So you need to click and switch drivers. So in the lower left-hand corner, there's entries. You can click on that, and it'll bring a list up of drivers. And you can anyone that's lit up, you can click on. Anyone that's grayed out, that means they're waiting to start the grid.
If they're blue line across it, I guess, right?
He's seeing something different than we are.
Oh, okay.
Since I'm using broadcasting software, it's slightly different.
There's those mushrooms again.
Welcome, folks, to the technical portion of the race.
Scott is also trying to get out of his handcuffs while he does this.
And we're about to drop him into a giant tank of water.
Yeah. You must escape.
Scott.
But you can't see anything.
So who are we watching right now?
Right now, everyone should be finished. So we're going to be on we're just waiting for the last 3 minutes. But while we're doing that, let's do a little bit of promotion. So once again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for this series. That's, CDZ Apparel, AIM, Sparco. It's not clean.
It's super clean.
And who else do we have out there, Dave?
Let's see, Bomber Eyewear, of course, and so now I'm able to see so well with they can do prescription glasses as well as the original floating sunglasses. Also, Bomber Eyewear, if you're a fabricator out there and you're building your sim rig, you should get some Bomber eye protection for that. Also, K&N, helping those machines breathe a little bit better. Sparco, Lawrence Equipment. I want to thank Mikey Lawrence and the Lawrence family for that. And, of course, CBR and all the performance products. You look on a lot of these race vehicles in real life, you'll see the CBR radiators on them. Keep them
Actually,
cool.
I have a picture of that. Let's go ahead and go to that camera. Boom. Look at that thing. It's huge.
I'll take your word for it.
And then...
Scott's still not seeing what we're seeing.
And then I'd like to thank the broadcast sponsor, which is...
Oh, my gosh, Scott's missing the unicorn.
I'd like to thank Critical Hit Bass Lures. If you're not fishing with Critical Hit, you're not going to catch a bass, bigmouth bass. You're going to catch a little guppy, and you're going to be sad about it. So don't forget to hit them up, check out their Instagram, and get yourself a set of Critical Hit Bass Lures.
I know you guys missed it, but I just did some virtual streaking across the racetrack.
Well, are we going to see a virtual Morgana?
All right, looks like we are still 1 minute and 20 seconds to go. Once again, I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in tonight. It's going to be a fun invitational race. We're actually going to have 2 sessions. So after this race finishes, stay with us. Don't leave. We're going to do our interviews. We're going to then switch sessions and pull up the next track, which is going to be 20 laps at Wild West. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to see a lot of drivers going toe-to-toe right now for this invitational race.
Well, I see it's a who's
guys,
who.
just a question for you. Now, between sessions, going from a relatively flat track out in Arizona to huge elevation changes in Reno, are these guys going to be doing any kind of setup changes?
Yes, they will be actually. So they most likely have 2 setups per track that they're kind of like playing with and deciding on what they want to run with. So a lot of guys, they say they have one choice setup. Now they probably have 2 or 3
okay.
that they play with.
Now let's elaborate because I get where Scott's going on it.
Okay, take it away, guys.
Do they basically in between they can just click on something they already have this setup, or do they have to go in there like a pit crew and start changing stuff?
Oh, okay. So,
or is it a whole other truck?
That's
like Dave said.
The best way of describing it is they have a truck already pre-tuned for that track. They just click on it, it loads their whole tune, and that's what they're going to race with. During the race, they cannot change their setup, nor can they make any adjustments other than small brake bias changes or things that you can adjust on the truck in real life that have like shocks and brake bias and stuff like that. They do have, if they have a button box or buttons assigned onto their wheel, they can have presets to adjust the way their truck is going to handle.
Okay, so now
they make adjustments after qualifying or during an actual race event.
They can make adjustments during the race event,
like between qualifying and practice and the actual race.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And what they're saying to the people that are at home and aren't sure about the brake bias, it's, how much front brake, back brake, is it even? Are you going to have more back brake, more front brake? It's kind of how it's set up. That is important, especially with these Pro 4s, how they set up too with that end of the turn. So with the Pro 2, that's a lot more whipping around with the rear end with the power there. Pro 4s, it's another setup too.
And keep in mind, Dave, in real life, they can do that while the race is going on. It's like a little crank system or a lever.
I hate to
turning on a
interrupt
water
you guys.
valve.
We need to go through the grid real fast before we continue this conversation. Sorry about that.
We'll touch back with that because that's a good point,
Yeah,
Scott.
it is. It is. So in the number 17, we have Trenton Briley running the approved memory. That's awesome paint scheme. Looks like he got Shreddy on there. And then we have Mikey Lawrence in the number 85, Lawrence Equipment.
The flying tortilla.
Yes. Do we like tortillas? We love tortillas. We have Brandon Arthur running in the Toyo tires, number 056.
Yep, HRT Motorsports there. Oh, that's great to see. The AM Ortega construction of Braden Cheramonte. Sorry about that. Of course, CBR on it. Then we're going to move it on to Ethan Ebert there with Ultra Motorsports and Lucas Oil on the side. Joel Silvestri in Bad Habit in the number 8.
That's a cool paint scheme.
I like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Way to go, man. Whoever did that for you, that's awesome.
And then
no, Joe, he probably did it himself because I'm guessing, but it probably matches his monster truck too.
Yes, you're right.
That's awesome.
It does. That's So in the 52, in that 4-wheel parts machine, South Point, Walker Evans, it's Ronnie Anderson, Luke Knupp in that Ultra Motorsports Lucas Oil rigid machine, looking good there. Zachary Drapkin in that Signature Propellers, new sponsor coming on board. I know FabTech also and Redline Oils. And hey, great to have Connor Berry with that Bomber Eyewear CBR Sparco on the side of his machine. And then Sean Heck in the 619. He's got the affordable sticker services there. I want to get it stickered up. There you go.
Yeah, I'm actually going to be using them for some stickers coming up this week. I got to send him over some files.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very awesome. You hear
Good
that?
pricing.
Support the ones that are supporting us.
Yeah, and he's got really good pricing, so definitely reach out to him.
There's one of the factory Polaris Razor drivers, Seth Quintero, the young man. Walker Evans, KMC Wheels, 4-wheel parts on that.
And I believe him and Ronnie are running similar paint schemes. They might be on a team together.
Well, no, Ronnie's
guys.
a little bit different. Yeah.
Oh, I just got a text message from Joey Sylvester right now in that black number 8.
Yep.
I'm seeing black. That's what I see. He goes, bro, I suck at this. This is like my second race.
That's awesome. I love the interaction.
Trust me when I tell you, this guy can drive. Not only has he raced it, pro light in real life for a couple of years in the Torque series, but he's one of the better more prolific monster truck drivers out there. He's driven sprint cars. He's driven modifieds.
We have a lot of
I
those.
don't think he's driven a drag race car though, but he's driven everything else. So, yeah, don't let him kid you. He's a pretty good driver.
That's awesome. Well, going back to our grid, we got Corey Winter in that Fab Tech General Tire number 67. Mickey Thomas, he's going to be in that Mystic Lubricants, Rigid Industries. Back to Bomber Eyewear on that. Let's see Andrew Carlson there in that Yokohama Polaris Razor. And then Dustin Nelson, how about that? GBC Power Sports, 100%. He's liking his Yamaha colors there. There's Brock Dickerson in that Fox Machine, CBR radiators.
And it looks like he's not wearing his fire-rated suit. Looks like he's going full commando in
I
there.
was just wondering why his suit was flesh-colored.
He likes to feel the breeze.
Well, if you hang out at Papas and Beers, that happens to you. And speaking of Papas and Beer, there's Alan Apudia there at the Por Loco Machine. And then Trey Eggleston in the 590.
Yep. It looks like he's running a different custom number.
Yeah.
We'll have to get that adjusted later.
Let's see, Corbin Leverton in that Polaris Razor, Factory Racing, Motul, Tensor Tire, Holtz. And, hey, Rodrigo Ampudia in that Lucas Oil, Papas and Bear, Vision Wheel Company, Maxxis Tires underneath him, Fox Suspension. And Elliot Watson, a Honda Factory Racing General Tire driver there. There's beautiful Talon. And then there is, and hopefully Scott can see when we come back to it, but the Jimmy Johnson paint job, the Jimmy Johnson Chevy, that's Sheldon Creed there in the 74.
No, I'm looking at black again.
And great to have Darren Hardesty Jr., Hot Sauce, baby, the 99 competitive metals and Mickey Thompson tires, and Bill Stein. And Christopher Pavardi and that Ford Kicker, Optimus Steal It, General Tire Machine. And I'm sure the Palms River Resort, awesome place, family owned there.
And last but not least,
Critical Hit Lures of Leighton Kramer, the number one, the man with a target on his back, last season's champ.
that's correct. And it looks like they're getting ready to start pacing and get back out on the track.
He's got Shreddy and improved memory on that. Quite the field. Man, this is like calling a Lucas Oil off-road race, period, with everybody in here. Awesome. Or it could even be a Torque race or a Crandon race, because they're all a lot of the same drivers. I'm missing like Michael Meister and a few other ones, though. A couple of the boys from the Midwest that aren't there right now. There's Andrew Carlson representing ERX Motorsports.
Yeah, and this is a huge field. We're going to get our numbers up, but I believe we have 27 drivers out on the track right now. All
Good.
right.
Scott, can you remember
So
the
how
last
many-
time we saw 27 drivers on the track?
Yeah, I think it was 2007.
Yeah, probably.
And we're green, green, green.
Already, somebody's in the outside retaining wall just past the flag stand. As the rest of the field, man, the way these guys use that outside wall, that banking. Some guys, you heard, remember Sheldon Creed talk about last week. If you use it right, you get a little extra bite out of the corners. So we'll find out who's crashing and who's actually able to use that banking.
Yeah, we got some drivers look like they're netting coating there, right?
Yeah, a
Blinking
little bit
in
of
and out.
little blinking right there.
So it's going to be Connor Berry, Luke Knupp, Ronnie Anderson, Mickey Thomas, and Trent Briley, the top five.
Let's go ahead and jump to Mickey Thomas's camera. We'll take his left suspension. Nice onboard camera over the jump.
It's really great. Shows that impact there. Shows how these Pro 4s, front tires pulling out of the turn. Now, Scott, are you able to see that angle?
No.
No.
Don't be mean to him. I have to send him my camera sets.
Yeah, we're going to have to do that because
I'm like keyed on the leader, and that's all I got.
Okay, so you got Connor Berry in that blue CBR machine.
28?
Yep, that's him.
Connor.
I see a sparkle black and white. Sick.
Well, he's got Sparkle on the side too. CBR is right on the driver door.
That's where my sparkle is.
Yeah, I have to
very
get
cool.
you set up with paints. We'll get that fixed by next week.
Huh. You know, I gotta ask you guys. I mean, I'm all about the setups and all about watching these things and how they handle the track, not only in iRacing but also in real life. And now we talk about valving and shocks and springs and that kind of thing, rebound and compression. Well, does iRacing so detailed that as the race goes on, I mean, these shocks get crazy hot.
And they get mushy.
I remember a couple years ago, Scott Taylor actually fried an egg on one of his shocks after a race.
Oh, nice.
And I mean, those things, they start to boil. The fluid actually boils inside the shock, or it has in the past. Is iRacing that detailed that the same thing can kind of happen? You really basically lose your shocks if you're too rough of a driver.
Well, I know the trucks really get loose towards the end of these races, is what I understand. So I think that probably takes into account a little bit of that factor there too.
Yeah, honestly, I don't really know between that. I do know that what iRacing kind of prides themselves on is the interface between the tire and the track. So that's kind of where they put a lot of their knowledge. We do have the setups for the cars, but I don't think they have that actual built-in.
I mean, is it just the tires them getting? Because it really looked like even the suspension gets loose on those things towards the end of a race. It's like almost the car's deteriorating towards that last lap.
Yeah. That's something I'd love to sit down and talk to them about. Say that again?
Now, what about engine performance?
So engine performance, they can tweak that. They can bring it down. They can't get anything more out of it than what's already been given to them. They can also tweak gearing too.
And what about when they go to altitude up in Reno, Nevada? They take that into account?
That I do not know.
What about barometric pressure, humidity, heat?
Well, guys, let me take a Post-it note on that one. I'll get back to you guys. Rain check.
Well, the reason I ask the crazy questions that I am is because I'm watching Luke Knupp right now, all over the back bumper of Connor Berry.
Oh, yeah.
But he's I believe he's faster, but just not quite fast enough to find a way around without basically taking him out.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of wonder if there was any kind of horsepower as the yellow flag comes out right now. That's why I kind of wonder if there's any kind of horsepower adjustment.
No, not in that extent. No, not really. It's only what they have set as their like standards in the beginning. But it's there's a lot of questions out there that even I don't know, and I'd love to sit down with some of the iRacing developers and find out exactly how deep they went into the cars and where maybe something they don't really tell you, or that's advertised of how much you can really do with the tweaking.
Yeah, and you can see a great shot.
Well, I mean,
there.
it's like when you're given a set standard that everybody else is given. How is it that Luke Knupp is right on the back bumper? Since the start of the race of Connor Berry, it just seems like he's that much faster than our leader right now. I'm trying to understand figure out how that works.
That's so some of these guys tune their cars to be a little tighter or looser in the beginning or towards the end. So they tune their cars to have the right, the suspension to handle specific track states, and that's kind of what they go for.
And I think that has to do with how the tire hook up in the track, and that's why possibly that Luke's getting a little bit more hook up than Connor in some of the turns. That's why Connor's staying right on there.
Yeah.
Where if he had that opening, it might be able to take a pass there.
Yeah, and we actually might see Connor start to pull away towards the end of the track or end of the state if he's, that's how he's handling his car. So he might be waiting for the the end game kind of scenario.
Luke Knupp, big winner last Friday night, the Lucas Oil Off-Road Invitational, and he was third place the Wednesday before for our fifth round, was it? I believe.
Yeah.
Ethan Ebert won that round there, but now this is a no points, all for the big win.
Yeah, no points. This is all for just bragging rights.
All right, here we go now. You got Connor Berry out front, Luke Knupp in second, Ronnie Anderson third, Mickey Thomas fourth, Trenton Briley fifth, Sheldon Creed's going to be sixth, Watson seventh, Drapkin eighth, Cheramani ninth, and Leighton Kramer rounds out off the top 10. And then you got Ampudia, that's Allen, Corbin Leverton, Trey Eggleston, Brock Dickerson, Dustin Nelson. Brandon Arthur's going to be 16th, Corey Winters 17th. Still under caution right now. Then we're going to move it on here. Arthur 18th, Corey Winters. Looks like Sean Heck in the 619 is 18th. Mikey Lawrence in the 19th position. Jared Brooks in 20th. Rodrigo and Pudiez in the 21st position. Then we got Joseph Estrie, 22nd. Christopher Palvardi in the 23rd slot. Quintero in the 24th. And Carlson and Ebert. Ooh, not a place from seeing Ebert down a lap with Carlson.
Yeah, no, he's having a rough time.
So this is when I always say the race really starts here, the second half.
Yeah. The first half is really just for these guys to, get a little bit of bearing while they're racing next to someone. Since they're not racing for points, there's no points dished out halfway through, so it's just kind of, warm up, get yourself going, and get ready for the green flag as we come around into turn 4.
All right, pace truck's off the track. Gary Lane's exited. Coming around turn number 4. And we are green, green, green. Barry, Knupp, Anderson, Thomas, and Briley into turn number 1.
Man, nice job by Carlson coming to the inside. Luke Knupp almost got he got caught napping a little bit. He was so worried about our leader that he didn't realize that, Carlson.
Carlson. He's back on full 4. There we go.
How about that?
He saved himself. That second push.
Might have been Ronnie Anderson. I'm wondering if that was.
Yeah, I think that was.
That was Ronnie Anderson, actually, in the 4-wheel parts machine.
Coming in on the inside on him.
Barry still leading. Knupp. Actually, there's a little gap now on Barry and Knupp there. And look at Mickey Thomas trying to sneak up the inside of Knupp. Briley battling back there. Sheldon Creed, Watson. I believe I saw Alan Pudia sticking up his nose.
Oh, Alan Pudia.
Oh! He got out of shape there.
He was battling with someone. I didn't catch the other guy's number, but they were going toe to toe, and he just.
I think that was a battle like for 6th or 7th back there for a while.
Yeah, they kept pushing on each other.
Scott, here we go. Side-by-side action. Look at these guys battling back there for 5th place.
Well, I got to tell you that I'm keen on our leader right now, and he's going. Yeah, I'd have to see just as fast as he needs to keep that, 1 or 2 truck length gap between 1st and 2nd, and him and Luke Knupp.
Okay, on the broadcast, we're live with Elliott Watson inside. So we can get some of that super clean out there and clean the windshield off with a little mud.
Yeah.
Man, hopefully hit his button and clear it off there. The Honda Talon sponsored driver. Alan Ampudia goes by.
He's got to play some catch up. But he's also a really fast driver, so he's going to have a good chance making his way back up the field.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers that I've seen, Scott, usually it's just like we see in real life. Later in the race, these guys really turn it on. They wait for that second start. They actually, if you're in the middle of the pack, they have a good chance getting up front.
So what you're saying is tires, tires, tires.
Yes.
Oh, guys, I just got, maybe this name rings a bell to you. Patrick Clark is watching right now. Messaged me.
And it looks like the number 44, Mickey Thomas, going to gun down Luke
What's
Knupp
up,
right now.
Patrick Clark? Miss you, buddy.
Look at that. Mickey Thomas on the tail of Luke right now. He does not want to give him up.
Yeah, you can see as they go off the Lucas Leap down into turn number 3, pitching it sideways in the only right-hand turn. Thomas going to toe now with Sheldon Creed. Going after Knupp, his sights are set on him. He's able to break away a little bit there, Thomas. There's Creed. Creed's got Drapkin in tow on his back porch.
Mickey Thomas looks like he's just taking a little bit more of a controlled line. as he just lays a little bit of a bumper on Luke Knupp right now. A little bit more of a controlled line, not getting too crazy. Meanwhile, you can see Knupp right there just backing it in on the ragged edge. You see him up on the banking in some of these turns, trying everything to stay in front. But I think he's not so much worried about losing second as he is trying to get to first.
Yeah, Mickey Thomas, very smooth driver. You're right there in that point. You see a little, drivers that get a little wild there and lose their speed. Mickey Thomas is little corrections, stays right on the bumper of Knupp.
Yeah, and something to point out, actually, Elliott Watson is actually trying to get in between both Sheldon Creed and Zachary Drapkin right now.
Now that's going to be interesting here.
Yeah, as you can see right now. Yeah.
Did you just see Connor Berry, Luke Knupp, and Thomas? They were nose to tail, 3 of them going through that turn. Sheldon Creed had a lot of company with Drapkin, Watson, and Briley.
Look at that, all 3 of them.
Scott, look at this. Top 3 glued together. 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, all right in the battle also.
How many laps we got left, guys?
They got 2 laps to go.
Yeah, there's going to be something crazy going on. We're going to see one of those triple Lutz rollover pirouette cranking out endos.
Keep those caution flags inside.
Well, right now they got to make it past.
Go
ahead.
One thing I noticed as well, that the last 2-3 laps, these trucks are bouncing all over the place. Like we had talked about earlier, possibly the shocks going away as the race goes on. It kind of gives me that feeling, the way these things are just bouncing and rebounding like crazy, and pogo sticking going off these jumps.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I think they took that into account because they said they get really loose at the end. Beautiful shot of Empudia in through turn number 4.
I'll take your word for it.
Well, the white flag has been out. The checker is going to come out.
Oh, by the way, Empudia's got Rodrigo's got a brand new rig. This is his first race with it.
And there we go. Our top 3 being Connor Berry, Luke Knupp, and Mickey Thomas. What a race.
So Berry, Knupp, Thomas, Creed comes across 4th. Watson's going to round out the top 5 there, which is going to be great for the points going into Reno.
I like the fact that Trenton Briley finished in front of Leighton Kramer.
Yeah.
With the history that they've got for so many years growing up through the sport. Nice job, Trenton.
All right, let's get these guys.
Yeah, you know Leighton's I taught him everything he knows.
All right, let's go ahead and bring in Mickey Thomas into the booth. Mickey, this is Booth. You copy?
Yep. What's up?
Mickey, man, incredible race. And Scott and I were talking a little bit, watching how smooth you were. Scott really pointed it out. And I got to say, once you started watching you were a lot more calm and collected than I see a couple of the other drivers around you.
Yeah, it's all about being smooth in these trucks. And Luke and Connor are so tough. It's like just waiting for them to make a mistake, but they never do.
Just let the squirrels fight it out behind you?
What's that?
So you're letting all the other squirrels behind you fight it out?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let them all fight and break and do all their crazy stuff and see if Connor and Luke will make a mistake. But, yeah, good race, I guess. A lot of fun.
Oh, crap. Yeah, that's just not good for them to... be that way, the other drivers. But watching those 2 in front of you, I'll tell you, were just incredible. The guys were just so right there. You're right on him the last 2 laps, trying to ride his bumper around. You just couldn't find a way.
Yep, yeah, just trying to find something. But it's tough to pass on this track. It's tight, and virtually and in real life.
Yep.
So,
Scott, you got anything for Mickey?
It's like you... I'm sorry. Mickey, I just love watching you drive, whether it be up at Crandon or on this iRacing thing. It's like your lines were so realistic to what you actually do on a real racetrack. You weren't like hanging it out, all out of control through the corners and bouncing off these bankings. you somehow still had the bite and the traction coming out of the corners, which I found totally amazing.
Yeah, it's definitely similar to, how we drive in real life. You're definitely trying to, keep the RPMs and the tires from spinning too much and just get a good drive off the corner. And that's what's so cool about iRacing, the way the track develops and, the lines develop throughout the race, and you kind of got to adapt to it, just how you would in real life. So it's a useful tool. It definitely has its differences, but for the most part, it's surprisingly similar.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's just amazing to hear the similarities now. I know a lot of the drivers in the past have been talking. It's like, oh, it's so hard to adapt. And then once you get into it, it's like you find those little nuances that you could relate to the real life driving to the simulator, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I think, honestly, you get to turn so many laps, on this game just over and over, and you kind of start picking lines apart and stuff. And honestly, I can't wait to get back out on the track and kind of try what I've learned in iRacing. We'll see if it translates over well enough, but hopefully it does. But so we'll see. But yeah, it's an amazing game.
Well, very cool. Of course, I know there's a lot of great people and sponsors and family that make this possible in real life as well as in the virtual world.
Yeah, definitely Mystic Lubricants, Maxxis Tires. All the guys with the iRacing Short Course Series. You guys in the booth. Thank you guys for taking your time to do this. It's really appreciated. Hopefully we can get out there and represent the sponsors, in real life back at the track. So,
yeah.
Anyways,
hopefully next month.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll see. So, anyways, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, Mickey Thomas.
Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, Mickey.
Yep, no problem.
All right, next we have our second place, which is Luke Knupp. How you doing, Luke?
Good, how are you, man?
Doing real good. Wow, dude, you had a great run today. You were pretty much the whole race, that first session, you were just on the tail of Connor, like just trying to find an opening. What do you think you're going to try and do different for this next session to get ahead of him?
Not let him beat me in qualifying. Yeah, but other than that, I was definitely faster than him in the first half, but just like weeks past, I'm not very good in the blue groove, and that's what I was trying to practice this week. I just didn't have enough time on it, but I got better towards the end when Mickey was pushing me. Just didn't have enough laps.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta say, Major Fuego, you are right now.
Sorry, hey,
Scott.
Luke, this is Scott Rain. Hey, man, when it comes to a deciding factor on the setup of these trucks, first half, second half, for the entire race, is it shock setup, is it the valving, the springs, or is it all about the tires?
I don't know, but everyone was fixed setup today. We're all running the same setup, but usually in my setup, I have it ran for the whole race, so it's good in the end and in the beginning.
So now, is it me, or do these trucks kind of go away in handling as the race goes on, especially in the last 2-3 laps? It looks like there's just huge amounts of rebound. These things are just kind of jumping up and down after you land off of a jump, kind of pogo sticking. Or is it that actually happening, or is it just what it looks like to us as we watch it on the outside looking in?
It's definitely happening. It's crazy how much the track changes. I'm hoping to have a better race at Reno and hopefully get the win.
Well, hopefully that works out for you on this next race. Do you have any sponsors you'd like to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Ultra Wheel Company, Back Materials, Rigid Industries, HJC Motorsports, Uberclean, Rod End Supply, Anti-Gravity Batteries, Lucas Oil Products, Bull Gears, Traco, Sports, Walker Evans, TP Tires, Rugged Radios, Travis Williams, New Line, Impact Race Gear, and Lethal Esports, and my teammate Ethan.
Awesome. Well, thank you, man, and best of luck to you till the next race. Session is up.
Congrats. So we got
our next is going to be the first place winner, Connor Berry. How you doing, man?
Good.
Connor, what's going on, man? Boy, you had
What's
some
up,
speed.
Dave?
You had some speed tonight, brother.
The first half, it was a bit rough, but I still got it good, and I got the first win.
Well, I know that's got to feel good, and I'll tell you, Luke Knupp, he's been on fire. lately, but Mickey Thomas back there, you had some serious hard chargers. Did you feel like running like a scared rabbit, or were you like, okay, I've driven with these guys before, I know how to do this? You just, how are you handling that?
I mean, yeah, I was scared. I mean, it's just, yeah. But it's just being calm, and I got it, and yeah.
You just kind of breathed, collected yourself, and you're like, I've ran with this guy on the track before.
Yeah.
Scott, any questions for Connor?
Yeah, I got Connor. This is Scott Rain. Hey, man, it's throughout the first half, Luke was right there on your bumper the whole time, and he was giving you some love taps in that back bumper a few times. Can you actually feel that, or do you know somebody's back there doing that kind of thing?
Yeah. So we actually have the mirror, and it shows the back half, and yeah, like in turn 3, like I don't know, but I need to work on turn 3 because that's where like he just like gained me, just tons there.
Well, you had a nice race, man. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
Most definitely. And, of course, Connor, there's a whole bunch of sponsors that make this all possible for you. And, yeah, I think it's time for a little love.
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank my mom and dad. CBR, as that's how this is all good. I want to thank the series sponsors. And, let's just go out in Wild West and win again and get the iRacing Short Course Championship.
There you go. Put the race face on, get back in that sim, and go get them.
Yeah, I got a 1-point lead on Luke and a 2-point lead on Mickey, so it's going to be tight. So
this is going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you, Connor, and I'll hopefully see you in the podium again for the next race.
Yep.
I'll put you back.
Okay. All
right, folks, we have about a minute left. Give us a second. We're going to take a quick bathroom break. We'll be right back, but the session's loaded, and we'll be right back with the action.
But what if
And welcome back, everyone. We have 12 minutes on practice, and we are now at Wild West.
That was like the quickest trip I've had up to Reno so far.
Yeah, well, we brought back the Concorde, so we can fly there in under 12 minutes.
Well, I was hoping like Elon Musk or somebody invented like teleporting or SpaceX time warping portals straight to Reno.
Oh, I wish.
I was on Roger Norman's jet.
Roger, that's right. Roger's out of there. That was quick.
What's the matter, Randall? You have no idea what I'm talking about, do you?
Yeah, totally do. What?
The owner of Score.
Oh, man. Looks like everyone out there doing their best to warm up.
Where's the Menzies jet?
Say that again? Oh, man.
That was another one that went right over his head.
Yeah. It's okay.
I want to know if we can get Bryce Menzies to show up and bring the virtual chef in his chuck wagon.
That would be awesome.
But it better be real crab legs.
Real crab legs. There we go. We got
No
smell
virtual.
It. No virtual.
Is he based in SoCal?
Unfortunately, Vegas.
Ah, that's only a 5-hour drive.
Yeah, they could afford a sim rig.
We can move our equipment over there. I don't mind making that drive once a week. I get old real fast. Oh man.
There's always a good dinner on a Sunday night when Bryce really did well. And it was still good food if he didn't.
Hey Scott, were you able to get into the session?
Not yet. No,
Okay.
I'm stuck at looking at your driver stats.
All right, so what you're gonna do is in the top right hand corner, click quit.
Which I did, yeah.
Okay, and then you're gonna click on the My Friends again instead of just clicking on my name, and then you can jump in that lower button in the lower right.
Got it.
And then you can use that.
I've got friends.
Click on your name.
Yep.
Which I've did all that.
Oh no, don't click on my name. Just click on the My Friends.
Oh, you
yeah,
bastard!
That's how I get you.
You're a virtual peckerhead.
Hey man, I have to be nice for all my tech support calls, so I at least get to have fun when I'm off the job.
I'm coming right back. I'm going in circles here as far as screens go.
Creed and Anderson, toe to toe.
And a beautiful shot of the hillside. Look at that. Peeking over the top.
Get see. Oh, there they are.
Hey guys.
And there they are.
Gophers.
And there they are.
Oh no! And Creed.
That's not the first time that Anderson's done that.
Gentlemen.
No. Yes.
Gentlemen,
Question, Scott?
I'm still not there.
Okay.
I'm looking at your pretty green and yellow helmet.
Then you're too far forward.
Or blue.
Okay, so what we're going to do is click on the My Friends. It's going to bring up a list of drivers.
My friends, you mean?
In the lower right, click My Racers or My Friends. It should be a little flashy green thing.
Yeah.
Click on that.
Yeah.
And now it's going to bring you up to a screen that's with a list of drivers and where they're doing. And then to the right of that, you'll see some green buttons.
I only see I see Leighton Kramer with his green binoculars.
Yeah, click on that.
And
go ahead and jump on his green binoculars. Yeah, that'll let you tie into him.
Okay.
You sure you want that?
Yeah, he should be okay. Is Leighton in the session?
Oh.
Yeah, he's in here.
There's just the three of us on there
Yeah.
right now? Okay. Well, his nickname is Twink.
And then go up right hand corner and click watch.
Yep, that's correct.
Joining session.
For everyone out there that's never done iRacing, it's very confusing sometimes.
Are we live?
We are live.
We are live. I love it. Well, we got a little qualifying going on right now. Nice overhead shot there. Trying to see who do we got on the overhead.
Looks like
Leighton Kramer.
Luke's running the fastest lap right now with a 0.2 of a second lead. Look at that.
Best lap there, yeah. Looks like a 49.679. Connor Berry, though, just 0.2 off of that with a 49.8.
That's a pretty big gap.
0.2 of a second
on this track. Yeah,
it's a blink of an eye.
If you decide to slide job the person.
Well, yeah.
If you're racing them clean, that's you're talking about almost two car lengths.
1.5 in real life.
Oh! I forgot you're the statistics guy. I can't fudge numbers with you.
Oh, looks like somebody having some problems pulling off to the side. So it's Knupp so far. Barry, Drapkin, Ebert, Briley, Anderson, Ampudia, Watson, Quintero, and Heck, the top 10. Knupp with the fastest time still, the 49.6. And look at that, Connor Berry laid down a 49.751. So now we are looking at hundredths of a second. So it's a 49.679 to a 49.751.
All right, I eat my own words.
See how close that is now.
All right, well, while we're waiting for this to kick off, let's just go ahead and thank our sponsors one more time, starting off with the series sponsors with AIM, CBR, CDZ Apparel.
It's just not clean.
It's super clean.
Bomber Eyewear, Sparco, K&N, Lawrence Equipment, and of course, Rigid Industries. Lighten up the track for them.
Oh, yeah. And then for our broadcast sponsor, Critical Hit Bass Lures. If you're not fishing with Critical Hit, you might as well. I don't think it sounds like a whip.
When you jerk it in and set the hook.
There you go.
Are you guys talking about fishing or?
Oh no, it's fishing.
But no catfishing.
All right, so we do have an update on the prize for everyone. We have T-shirts and super clean cash and some products. So that was a post Connor made a while ago, which was, I believe, it's an iRacing short course T-shirt, 2 tickets of either gift certificates or pretty much like gift cards for Super Clean, and then also 2 cleaning products from Super Clean.
And what about 2 tickets to Paradise?
Yeah, those weren't available just yet. We're working on that sponsorship.
All right.
And here I thought we were already living paradise.
Yeah, that's right.
Virtual paradise with a little bit of cabin
fever.
I
know you can get cruise tickets really cheap right now.
I heard there's a pretty... I'm not going to do that joke. Never mind.
Coming in August. They start really cheap.
Look at that.
Oh, my gosh. Up and over.
Was that
Anderson.
He just wanted to plow through everything.
I've seen Anderson do that in turn 1 before.
Oh, my God.
That was like a real-life moment. A flashback.
Is this real life?
Yeah.
Is this reality?
I'll tell you what, Ronnie Anderson, really fast at a pro light for real life, I'll tell you.
Yeah,
what's that?
I said I can't wait till racing comes back in real life.
Take you to one of these.
I'm gonna hit you guys up and try and get a ride into one of these things because this sounds like this is awesome.
Good luck with that.
I'll make it work.
There's no such thing as a 2-seater unless, there is, but it's a promotional vehicle.
I'm pretty good at holding on, so I can probably ride in the back.
Christopher Vardy had one.
Duct tape and ratchet straps. There you go.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Ratchet straps. Oh, now you got to remember it's grip locks. Where's great?
I don't think Creighton King's got grip lock ties that big. But
well, if you put a few of them together.
Yeah. Is Lucas Oil still planning on having the AZ?
Yeah,
the Arizona?
June 6th is what it's planned for.
I'm planning on heading out there for that. So if it's still going, then I'll definitely.
You
I'll
driving
be
or
out there.
flying?
Well,
you gonna fire the private jet up?
Yeah, my humble butt is gonna be driving.
Yeah, it's gonna be warm.
But
the problem is we don't know if we're gonna have audience or what. Oh, big Corey Winter hitting the K-rail there, spins around, pirouettes, lands on all fours, and goes again. So it's
if that happened in real life, that would have ripped off the entire front suspension, arms, the whole shebang.
Yeah, it would have been a long night for the pit crew. I know Dave Murray's watching. I said you'd have to jump in there and start pulling stuff.
All right, looks like practice is done. Getting ready for qualifying.
So it's going to see, can Luke Knupp keep up with those top speeds that he had?
Yeah, and let's follow with Luke. We'll get in the onboard cam with him. Don't mind the black screen. It happens. Hopefully it fixes itself, because that is something that sticks. All right, give me 1 second, guys. I got to go switch over loading screen and get this handled.
All right. We off air?
Yeah, no, we are not.
Okay. We're back on? Okay, let's see. I want to see qualifying here.
All right, we are... And we are back. Looks like Luke Knup's out on the track. Let's go ahead and follow him.
So everybody's going in their own track, but all at the same time, but not everybody can see everybody at the same time.
That's correct.
So what do they see when they watch on YouTube? What you're showing them?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're seeing Luke Knupp right now.
That's correct.
And the people at home are seeing Luke Knupp.
That's correct.
All right.
So we're going to follow Luke for his pace lap. He's going to run one lap just to get himself fit, and then the second lap's the one that's going to count.
And Scott should be able to click on Luke Knupp and watch also, right?
Yeah, he should be able to.
I'm on TV 2 watching Luke Knupp right now.
There you go.
There you go. Looking on board with Luke Knupp. This is an awesome
One
run.
thing else I've noticed, Dave, is when these guys take off from a jump or a tabletop, in real life they would like burp the throttle once or twice in the air, or just lay off completely until just that split second before they land. These guys just keep it pinned.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about snapping a pinion back there or something.
Or snap it, yeah, anything, yeah.
Yeah, rear end.
One day they'll have that.
Yeah.
And here we go, Luke actually putting on for his timed lap.
This is turn 3. Starts up the hill here.
Nice.
Guys.
What's up?
I'm watching other times pop up of guys qualifying. Elliott Watson's got the quick. Corbin Lieberton.
Actually,
50.95.
Trenton Briley's a
55.253.
Yeah, 50.253 right now. Trenton's first. Ethan Ebert so far qualifying second.
And then boom, Luke.
Luke just threw down a 49.944. So it's Knupp, Briley, Ebert, Anderson, Drapkin, Corbin Lieberton, back to 7th. Elliott Watson now up to 6th. But it's still the top 3, Knupp, Briley, and Ebert.
Oh, and I wonder if Bronson is still waiting for us. Is he in here still?
Are we going to do another national anthem?
No, I don't think so. Okay. I don't know. He might have been waiting because they did prep that.
I don't know.
We did one. One's enough.
Okay, another crazy question, guys.
Go ahead.
No, when you said they were qualifying, they're all on their own track. They only see themselves, and you can't see each other.
Correct.
Does that mean, in real life, if we were watching this at Wild Horse right now, or I'm sorry, Wild West, the guys qualifying first, second, third, and fourth will not have the same track as the guys that are qualifying 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th.
So
the track kind of goes away during qualifying is what I'm getting at. So right now, in virtual reality, they all have the same track, run the same laps.
Yep.
Nothing's different.
So something I can actually point out, which I don't know if anyone's ever noticed this, I believe they actually share their own track, because if you watch the tires, sometimes around some of the corners, you'll see a second set of tires trailing in behind, but there's no car.
I see it.
Yes, and that's because what's happening.
It's a ghost.
Yeah, they're actually racing on the same track, so I think they actually tie in the same track state. So as these guys are running laps, they're getting the same track state, but you can see sometimes a set of
I just
tires.
saw the ghost tires.
Yeah, come off from another set, and that's...
Okay, if I saw that in real life, that would really freak me out.
Yeah, that'd freak me out too, but I've noticed that when I first started watching this stuff, I was like, oh wait, why is there another set of tires? It's because there's another truck on the track, but it's not being shown to the other driver.
And in real life, when Scott and I would be announcing a race, we'd be looking at a monitor the same way, so it's very similar, and except for Scott, unfortunately, he's not getting all the views that we're getting right now because he has no idea that Sheldon Creed's got that out on the track right now with the Jimmy Johnson replica paint job.
Huh?
he's just throwing hardballs at you, man.
Yeah. Just pointing out
nuggets.
Yeah. So he can't see that stuff, but we're seeing all the different qualifying going on. But yeah, it doesn't look like the track's deteriorating. Now, are they going to, between the qualifying, they're going to clean the track so they all get a fresh track?
That's correct. Yeah,
Okay.
they will get a fresh track right after. Oh, qualifying.
And Sheldon Creed does a McGrath up the front.
And
Jeremy
he
had
is
that
still
horrible accident
a
couple years ago with Carl Rennesenter. And Carl and him came in contact, and he caught that K-rail the same way. That pit exit or entrance has always scared me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. Just an open hole and K-rail.
Oh.
Connor?
Yeah, Connor doing the same thing, just whipping it out there.
Like, it looks like it just unloaded on him and just kicked him to the left.
Yeah, he just fished it out. I think he finished up his lap, so that's why he was doing that. So when these guys finish their third lap to throw down, a checkered flag comes out on their state and says that they're done. So once they cross the line, they have like pretty much 10 seconds, and then it pulls them out of the course.
Dave Peace and some of the crew watching at home. Very cool.
Riding along with Leighton Kramer in the Critical Hit Best Lures paint scheme. Oh, looks like he just... Oh, no, he's back and gone again. A little bit of network problems there, but no problem.
See him back that thing in. Lost a lot of speed there, looks like, coming off the hill.
Yeah, dropped all the way down to 30 miles per hour.
Yeah, a little turnstile. Looks like he just went sideways instead of getting that forward bite.
Yep, and qualifying is done. So let's get ready to grid and walk through the drivers one more time. So I think Luke, he got first grid. Luke and Mickey Thompson.
Thomas.
Or Thompson. Yeah, Thomas. My bad. Sorry about that, Mickey.
Like Thomas English Muffins? Not calling you a muffin.
Does his family own English Muffins?
No.
That would be awesome. I'd love a sponsorship from them, please. With butter, too.
It's all those nooks and crannies.
Do you remember those commercials?
Yes.
Oh, God. They're making me hungry now. All right, let's start rolling through the field.
All right, looks like we got let's see. You got to switch up the things that says 3.
It's locked until they do the first pace.
Okay, what we're waiting for right now, they're actually inverting them? Or are they doing an inversion?
No. It should be a straight run.
Should be a straight run? Okay, I just want to get that clear.
I was not told of an inversion if there is
They got
one.
Mickey Thomas third, but they're setting the grid right now.
Yeah, so...
Electronically, as it flashes in and out.
Flashes in and out. All right, so Mickey Thomas running in the mist. All right, we'll go to a different car.
Well, it's Mickey Thomas in the Mystic Blue 44. Then we got Brandon Arthur in the Toyo Tires KMC HRT Motorsports machine there. No, it doesn't say it, but that's I know what it is. Seth Quintero, Factory Polaris Razor, Walker Evans, KMC Wheels, BF Goodrich. And it looks like Ronnie Anderson and his 4-wheel parts. Title sponsor on there with Walker Evans and South Point.
Now,
BF Goodrich.
I'm going to point out, do you notice similarities? They both have the Hawaiian theme in the back.
Yes.
So that's what I meant when I said they have similar paint schemes.
Yeah, I was just saying other than Polaris and 4-wheel parts, yeah.
Yeah.
And the colors are different.
I was just pointing out the Hawaiian. Are they from?
No.
Okay. Curiosity, I had to ask.
And look at this, Affordable Sticker Services.
New paint scheme.
You got the new paint scheme with the chrome background, showing off his sticker skills. Sean Heck, 619. Mikey Lawrence and that Lawrence Equipment. And BF Goodrich, back machine there. Andrew Carlson, the number 15 Yokohama Polaris Razor. And then the Honda Racing General Tire Talon-backed machine of Elliott Watson. And Rodrigo Empudia, the Papasan Beer, Lucas Oil, Vision Wheel, Fox, Maxis, Monster Energy. Corey Winter and that beautiful FabTech General Tire machine there. Maxima Oil. There's that Jimmy Johnson replica Chevy. BF Goodrich on the side of it there for Sheldon Creed. Connor Berry, our winner from the first round here today. Bomber Eyewear, CBR, Sparco, iRacing, shortcourse.com, K&N Super Clean, Dustin Nelson, and the GBC Power Sports Canati 100% goggles there. Looks like DWT also. Jarrett Brooks. Couldn't have the 77, so he's got the 077. Good to see Jared out there. And looks like General Tire sponsorship there. Braden Chermani and that AM Ortega construction. And Shreddy Baby.
That's an awesome
CSD.
paint scheme.
Yeah, it looks good. There's Bad Habit. Looking good out there. That's Joe Sylvester, sorry. Trent Briley's going to be in the 17. And it looks like what is it? Improved memory? Improved memory.
Yep, and we're green. Let's get ready for the race.
So we got Watson, Brooks, Dickerson, Lawrence, Brandon Arthur, Corey Winter. Let's see. So it's going to be the 77 there of Ethan Ebert.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, a whole mess of them, Scott, coming into each other in that first turn. Some people.
Oh, my God. That was a ride along if I ever saw one.
Okay, this is like turn 1, Talladega, the big one. Turn 2, Talladega, the big one.
Yeah.
Turn 3, what are we going to have? Don't tell me they're getting through clean.
No, they're just taking everybody for a ride with them, it looks like.
Driving along with Leighton Kramer up in, I believe that's 4th place right now. Oop, getting into the side of his teammate.
Connor Berry there right in front of him. Trenton Briley in second. Luke Knupp out front leading the field as they come down across the stripe one more time.
Two very young drivers running up front right now. Here's the thing. Are they going to burn up those tires with their youthful enthusiasm? Or is Luke, in particular, patient enough to go just as fast as he needs to, save the tires, but keep a 1, 2, 3 position top spot through into the second half?
Well, I think he's going to have to push it because Trenton Briley right on his bumper. He's letting him know. He's giving him that desert bump through the turns there. Connor Berry back in third. Leighton Kramer. Alan Impudia cracked up in the top 5 there with the Pappas and Beer Machine. And Thomas in 6th. Drapkin, Braden Chermani, Corbin Leverton, and Seth Quintero, the top 10. And Scott, the high-speed zone, over 100 miles an hour down that front straightaway. A great shot over underneath.
Now, the speeds here should be a lot faster.
Oh, yes.
These elevation changes than we had at Wild Horse previously.
And Pudia goes for a roll. Yeah, you're right. We actually had, back in the day, we've had the Nevada State Highway Patrol was down there with their radar gun, getting the drivers at about 102, 103, coming down the front straightaway in the Pro 2s and Pro 4s. It was pretty impressive.
That's awesome.
Now, keep that in mind because you've been to Crandon. Turn 1 is notorious at Crandon. Obviously, that's what puts that track on the map. That's about what they're going into turn 1 without any elevation change, no gravity that they're able to use, just straight down, straight away into turn 1, and that's right around what these same guys are hitting.
And that's
that
the start. Yeah, our start here, they don't get that speed. In Crandon,
yeah, there's definitely
amazing.
a pucker factor.
Yeah.
Man, Leighton Kramer gets tied up on the inside of turn 2, so he'll fall back quite a bit.
Yeah, it looks like he got stuck on that K-rail a little bit as he came in a little tight.
Watch that outside entrance, inside exit move. No, Briley's going way to the outside.
And it looks like he's going to be hanging right off the outside fender. Oh, wow.
This is good stuff, guys. There's no virtual reality beating and banging and ridiculous-looking rollovers, things like that. This is nice, clean racing.
This is what we want to see. Beautiful. You're right.
Yeah, Connor Berry now gets into the middle of this as well.
I think they got that all out of the way of the first lap.
Yeah.
And look at that. 3 wide almost through that right-hander. Turn 2.
The question is who can get their nose in on that corner right here. The closer you can get to that K-rail, the faster you're going to be up that hill.
You can see him. He slid all the way out, trying to not to scrub any speed off there. You can take that wide
uphill
line.
section just sucks the horsepower out of you.
Yep.
Out of these trucks. I mean, they don't struggle, but definitely going uphill is a lot harder in those engines than going downhill.
Oh, yeah, definitely. That's for sure. Those guys are on the gas going up. That's for sure. And actually, I believe one of the races we saw a motor even pop going up that hill.
Yeah, that's correct. They can blow a motor up there.
So you see the smoke trailing out, and then you know you did some damage. And here we go to the inside. Oh, Briley, and it looks like Briley got the lead.
I'm throwing it out there to Connor Berry.
There's Connor.
He's being patient. He's watching it all take place. He's picking the time, picking the moment. If it's there, he'll take it. If not, he's fine right there going into the second half. It's stuff like that right there that's going to open up the door for Berry.
When they start banging on each other, you're right.
Yeah, and I think he might have pushed Trenton just a little too much, giving Luke the spacing he needed. But the question is, will Trenton catch him? Oh! I think he was going for a little bit of a touch there.
And positioning up, going up that hill into turn number 1 is important, where you want to hit it just right, where you could just ride that nose around that K-rail, and you could, hold that fast line. Oh, no!
It's a mistake.
Yep.
And Thomas gets by Berry. Berry back to 4th. Thomas now up to 3rd. Drapkin back in 5th.
All right, and I believe we do have a caution coming out after this lap finishes, so this is going to be lap 8 is when the caution came out last time.
Well, this again, 20 make up the distance. And I believe last time we were, around 8 or 9. They pulled it.
It was lap 8, the caution came out.
They pulled it early?
They do it so that it ends on, it's a 3-lap run. So the caution is 3 pace laps, and then they go back laps.
So they actually count the pace laps.
They do. That's something iRacing needs to fix.
Yeah, we don't do that.
No, I wish so you can turn off counting the pace laps for specific tracks, but what happens is when we turn off counting pace laps, iRacing will throw cautions for every time a car touches a wall or there's a turn. So to prevent iRacing from throwing caution flags 24/7 with this type of racing, you need to turn that off and you have to manually throw them by hand. Or
so
set
damned if you do,
caution.
damned if you don't?
Yeah.
I got you.
Well, there's another thing that's just like the actual real-life racing situation is under a yellow. A lot of the guys keep on racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that does happen.
That is true. I know race control has a tendency of yelling at some of those drivers, and they do that in real life, too. And there goes Sheldon Creed screaming by.
Looks like he's trying to catch up some laps. So some lapped traffic right now. We have Andrew Carlson, Elliott Watson, Sheldon Creed.
So they could actually, and this,
they're getting
by
away
counting it, they could actually get their laps back.
That's correct, yep.
Okay, what driver in round number 1 of the Invitational was Commando?
Was what?
Commando. You pointed it out.
Oh, that was,
does he still?
He might still be.
Did he put a suit on?
Was that Sean Heck? Was that the one that I pointed out? Let's find out.
I don't know, but I just remembered we're getting shots of these drivers.
No, it wasn't Sean Heck. Who was it? Let's find the person. No.
Was it Luke?
Mickey, no.
Tom, no.
Leighton, no. Sorry, guys.
Well, if anybody I could see doing it would be Leighton.
Yeah, but Leighton did that for a couple, no, he didn't even. There we go. Brock Dickerson.
It's Brock Dickerson. Thank you, Brock, for the entertainment. That's something you don't see every day. Scott, in your career, have you ever seen that?
And we are green, green, green.
I've seen a guy jump on a pro light with his bedroom slippers on.
Oh, my gosh.
And I happened to walk by at the right time, look in the window, and dude. And he looked down, went, a couple of cuss words, and jumped out and ran back to his motor coach.
Oh, he actually forgot. That's funny.
Uh-oh.
All right. Oh, we have a little tie-up back there. Looks around 7th or 8th place, but Knupp, Briley, and Berry up the turnstile, up the hill there with Drapkin, Kramer, Engelston, Heck, Lawrence, Pulvardi in tow. That's our top 10. Thomas in the 44. On Berry, a little contact.
I'm telling you guys, these trucks are starting to go away again, like we saw in the first later stages of the second half of the race. These things bounce around like crazy, and it's hard to turn or accelerate or brake if you're bouncing in the air.
Yeah, and that they might actually be incorporating some suspension wear, so that you might be right on that.
Now, I'm seeing smoke at the top of the hill. Now, The last couple times I was in Reno,
barbecue.
there was a big fire
Somebody's up there
going on.
barbecuing.
Yeah.
That is not a barbecue. That is someone cooking their engine.
So it's not actually that Nevada's on fire here. It's the actual track. Okay.
Yeah. Now, Luke, with the commanding lead, can Trenton reel him back in, though?
Now I'm going to go back. Someone, Dave Peace, just messaged me and asked, can we go back to we said it's an open setup, but then I believe he said it was a fixed setup?
Yeah, so the original series is an open setup. Apparently, this Invitational is a fixed setup for these drivers.
So everybody has the same setup?
That's correct.
Okay. So everybody's going to get more of a pogo stick towards the end of the race is what Scott was referring to.
Yeah.
Because they're all running the same setup. Okay. Thank you.
So we're watching iRock racing.
iRock, yeah. So good shot there, Thomas. Our leader's heading up the hill there. Luke Knapp, the Ultra Wheels, Ultra Motorsports back machine. Trenton Briley.
I'm telling you guys, after watching how Luke was in the first race, I really don't think, unless something catastrophic happens, that anybody's going to have anything for Luke. Because it even looks like he's pulling away a little bit at a time, maybe a truck length there every.
Well, and that's what Luke was saying about how he, with his, setup there, being a fixed setup there, he's, a little bit easier in the first part of the race and then pushes it harder in the second half so the truck doesn't, I guess, go away as much. If that makes virtual sense.
Yeah. Especially for this track, a lot of these guys, they don't even let the car or the truck redline, because with this uphill, it can actually burn out your engines even on a fixed setup. So a lot of them are shifting a little earlier just to save their engine for the later end or the late session.
Gotcha. All right, we're watching our leaders.
Looks like it.
Caution.
There's no yellow flag thrown out there, but
it looks like
they
we have
all slowed.
Yeah, it looks like we have a someone over the
someone went off into the abyss.
Yeah, someone in the booth is calling for a yellow.
Oh.
Race command.
Was race control not happy with somebody's maneuvers, possibly?
Possibly.
Yeah, the flagman fell out of the tower.
Yeah. And he is kind of hungover today, so we'll have to give him that space. It was Cinco de Mayo yesterday, so yeah, I won't blame him for that.
There's one thing that I got to tell you right now. I know Dave has been there, but what you cannot comprehend on this track, watching what you're seeing now, the elevation changes, the whole surroundings of this racetrack, how this racetrack is built, cut into the side of a mountain, inside of I guess a gravel pit.
Is it kind of like a rock quarry?
It's a quarry.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
But halfway up that long backstretch going up to the final turn, where right now, that backside of that, looking up the mountain, you're talking probably what, 400-500 feet at least.
Oh, at least it's
really?
It's a big elevation gain.
That's awesome.
And the amazing thing that iRacing did with the scanning, I mean, when I first saw this track, I was like, oh my gosh, the TV compound sits here, that blow-up's in the exact same spot. They even got that big rock off to the side. I was like, wow.
Well, and the thing is, too, I've been going up there now for, I want to say, 6 years. This will be my 7th year going up there for the Ultra 4 Nationals.
And they go up that whole center.
Yeah,
it looks like we're starting to race again.
Yeah.
All right, we're green. We'll get back to that thought, Scott. And coming out of the clean, it's going to be Knapp. It's a sideways. Barry in tow. Briley looks to the inside. Oh, Barry gets punted. Oh, no.
Oh, that's not good.
There's no way else but to put that. He got drilled.
Oh, yeah.
But here's the thing. You got Luke running up front, and he's running the line that he wants. He's running the speed that he wants. He's got clean track. And if there ever was an advantage to that situation, that position, it's at iRacing.
Yes.
Yep.
Absolutely agree. Even in real life, it helps to get a little gap on you, too, though. But look at how they're already starting to back these things in already. They slide out there, a little contact.
Yeah, and we heard these guys talk about when this track really blue grooves in. A lot of them are actually using their e-brake just to get some more rotation out of it.
Setting that rear end to come around and set you up for that straight shot off that lip. That's what they're talking about.
Now, do you think that Leighton's going to be making a little bit of aggressive moves to keep Trent Briley behind him?
I think yeah. There might be a little friendly rivalry.
Pause for effect, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it turns out in these last 5 laps.
Drapkin running good back there in 4th, 1 step off the podium. Leverton, though, boy, out of nowhere, back up to 5th place. Thomas slides back to 6th with Ebert. Quick time right, though. Knupp with a 50.535. His best was a 49.885. But Leighton Kramer up into 2nd, and he just threw down a 50.491. Very quick. Briley, though, has the 2nd fastest time on the track behind Knupp. Unfortunately, Briley back to 4th now. Boy, I forget. And of course, if we're actually up there, it stays light till like 9 o'clock.
Oh, solid move by Drapkin right there. Did you see that?
Slide right in there, beautiful.
Yeah.
Slid right underneath.
Oh.
Drapkin up to 2nd. Kramer back to 3rd. Leverton 4th, and Briley 5th.
And we got a battle heating up between the 25, and that's going to be Corbin and Trenton.
Hey, guys, now, as the race goes on, do things mechanically start to go away? Kind of like,
yes.
Does the transmission overheat, start to slip a little bit?
Yes.
Obviously, we know the tire situation.
So with shifting and transmissions, you actually can miss-shift and throw yourself in neutral. In these trucks, I've never experienced it, but I have seen it like hold up in shifting. But something that tends to happen is as you get beat and battered, your steering starts to go. So I've had races where just to make a corner or to go straight, I'm turning my wheel completely to the right.
So you have like
90 degrees or so.
A bent tie rod or something?
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Because I'm kind of watching Leighton right now, and it just appears that his truck is nowhere near what it was even 3 laps ago.
Yeah, he was getting thrown around a little bit. Look who's also moving through the pack now again. Sheldon Creed. Creed now up to 4th, Briley to 5th. Still Knupp, Drapkin, and Kramer, the top 3.
I can't help but think, but that landing right there, if it was in real life, the driver would have pulled off to the side and probably would want an ambulance.
You didn't go that hurt.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Suspension can only do so much until you flat land.
It looks like our final battle is actually going to be between 2nd and 3rd place if Trent can catch up to Zach.
Reminds me, I remember it was Reno Navarro had that happen once, and Mike Porter out at Speed World had that happen in the moguls. Sometimes your suspension doesn't do everything, and you just get hit wrong. Yeah, back.
Oh, man.
Ouch.
Yeah.
So if you've got one of these hydraulic racing seats, and you land that hard, can it actually hurt you?
Possibly. I don't know. I know that you can get a
Things
sprained
that make
wrist.
you go home.
So there's like some of the really expensive.
Oh, here we go. Checkered flag.
Yep.
2020. So it's going to be Luke Knupp, Zach Drapkin, Leighton Kramer, Sheldon Creed, Trenton Briley, and it looks like Connor Berry's going to be 5th. So it's Knupp, Drapkin, Kramer, Creed, and Berry, followed by Briley. Polvardi moves it up through the ranks. Mikey Lawrence, Brandon Arthur, and looks like Sylvester. That was awesome.
So, are we going to cut Leighton Kramer's interview short, or are we going to just let him go and run like a 10, 12-minute interview?
No, we're going for 15.
We're going to break the record book.
So who's gonna be the sorry sap that's gonna try and take the microphone out of his hand?
Well, that's my job. I am the producer, so I do have to stand up and grow a pair, apparently. All right, let's pull Leighton in.
Not saying that has never happened to Scott or I.
Oh, I got
Hey,
stories.
Leighton, this is Booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's going on, Moose?
Dude, solid fight up to third place. That was intense.
Dude.
Yeah, I tell you what, man, she was wounded. She was hurting. My top speed was hurt. I don't know if you guys could see it on the front straightaway.
Yeah, you couldn't keep up with them anymore.
Yeah, we were watching. We were wondering, because we were asking about the damage that you took from early on and was going to be affecting, and it's like, yeah, it looks like it's affecting it right now.
I don't know, man. Halfway, I felt at the beginning, the first 2 laps, I had a good truck, and then I didn't have a good truck. Man, but once I unhooked that Bachelor off the back that was slowing me down, boys, yeehaw, she was coming to the front.
He just
We
launched
got real
it.
racing.
Is that the old cliche, reeling him in like a big mouth bass?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, it was definitely a racy race. This is a non-points race for us guys out here tonight. This is not affecting the actual series. This was a pro invitational race, so we were leaning on each other a little harder here and there. It's tough. It's hard. It's still got 26 trucks on the track, but man, what a show.
Yeah, definitely a who's who of definitely desert racing, and we'll throw a monster truck driver in there to mix it up too.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun,
and a
dude.
mechanic like you.
Yeah. Just growing up, playing iRacing, it's a lot of fun. I want to thank everybody that helps me. Critical Hit, Bass Lures, Nikki Wood out there, Dave Reed at Approved Memory, Jeff Scott at FEG PCs, New Line over at New Line Products, Nestor over there. We're building new sim rigs out there coming soon. All the guys at Sparko, AIM, CDC Apparel, if I'm Super Clean, CBR. There's so many sponsors. Lawrence, iRacing Short Course, you name it. This series is evolving. It's growing so fast. I apologize if I forgot anybody. Moose, Scott, Dave, all you guys, thank you for everything. Connor for putting this on. Zach, Bronson, everybody. It's just a group effort.
And actually, Scott had a question. I believe you're the one that can actually answer this. Do the shocks on the trucks get worse throughout the race?
No, I don't think you really feel that. I don't think the shocks start bleeding off, anything like that. I don't think it's that technical yet. On the telemetry, when I'm looking at the telemetry, the shock deflection is pretty much the same at the beginning of the race as it is on the last 20 laps. It's just the track goes to complete, slicked off. If you guys can see how blacked off it is out there, we are trying our dangest with the fixed setup. Everybody out here is on the same setup, so this kind of truly proves who the drivers are. Hats off to Connor for
come down real hard again.
Yeah, hats off to Connor for winning the first one. Luke for winning the second one, and my boys, dude, on Critical Hit Racing. Zach, Connor, Braden, Trenton, myself. We put in a lot of work, a lot of effort, and we kill it. Shane Evans at 92 Designs for the beautiful wraps on all of these cars.
Yeah, it definitely shows, man.
Yeah, I appreciate all the hard work and effort he puts into this. I'm stoked I was able to finally put it on the podium for him. I tried last week, boys, but that wall snuck up on me and bit me. And
it happens.
Yeah.
Oh,
too bad this wasn't one for points. Tell you what, this would have been a good points race tonight.
Yeah, I was gonna say, in the point standing, it would have helped you a lot better. But hey, you know what? Bragging rights aren't bad considering the company you had racing with you.
Exactly. Hey, man, great job tonight, and we'll see you next week.
And Leighton, one more word. Pictures. I need those pictures.
Yes,
please.
sir, Dave. I'm working on all that right now. Just trying to get the sim nice and finalized.
Okay.
New Line, we're doing our thing over there. So stay tuned, everybody. Check out the Issue magazine.
Yeah, Dirt
iRacing
Sports World.
Course is going to do a full spread. Dirt Sports World. Hang out, check it out. Once again, thank you to all you guys that make it happen for all of us. This is the new racing, so let's hope this world lifts and we can get back to racing here real soon. I know all these kids are itching to get behind the wheel, show their new liveries, their new rides, how fast they are, and I'm curious to see how much faster these kids really get with a ton of testing, because before iRacing, these kids were only playing this game or their real race cars on the weekends and maybe a test here and there. Now these kids are going to go to the racetrack with, I don't know, how many laps do you think Luke Canucks put in? He probably got 10,000 laps at each of these tracks. So.
We're probably going to see an improvement in driving, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Sir.
Once again, have a good night, and I'll see you next week.
Later.
All right. Next, we have Zach Drapkin. Zach, you're in booth.
That was a good race.
Dude, awesome race. You were like a ping pong ball out there the first couple laps, though, I noticed.
I think the real big thing about that race was just survival. Like the start of the race, I started in 11th or 13th, somewhere around there, and I just had to work for it. To be honest, I knew I had to keep my car together because all these guys are fast. We were racing some of the fastest guys in the world right now. I know Connor is number 2 in the world at this track, so coming up against these guys and just knowing how fast they are, I had to stick through it.
Scott? Did we lose Scott?
Possibly lost Scott.
I think we lost Scott.
We lost Scott. Okay.
All right.
Well, Zach, one of the things I really noticed there is like in the very start of the race, everybody was like into each other right there in the middle of the pack. You got a round of it, and then all of a sudden, later in the race, turn 2 was starting to get really piled up there, and everybody was like basically trying to fit 4 trucks through there, which it doesn't usually work.
Yeah, I just got to say that I'm trying to run like everybody clean. I hate contact. It's just like the buggy. I want to run everybody clean. My whole like strategy for racing everybody is don't hit them, they won't hit you. And I ran Mickey clean pretty much the whole race.
Yep.
I made a little bit of contact. I felt bad about that. Sorry, Mickey, for pushing you in turn 2. I wanted that spot. But yeah, overall, second place, my first podium for the iRacing Short Course Series.
Finally.
I was in the Invitational. Finally.
Dude, I've been waiting for you to get up here for so long.
A season and a half. No more turtle, you guys.
No, you did a great job out there.
I was going to say they're very impressed with it. And, on that last couple laps to go with the moves you made to get up in there. Because you were, 4th, 5th, 6th place. Then you go up to 4th and 5th and then 6th. And all of a sudden with that one maneuver coming out right up into 2nd.
Yeah, the last couple laps were kind of like a blur. I'm just going for it and hoping. I was trying to catch Luke, but dude, someone's been putting in work for me.
Yeah.
The kid's been putting in so much time, so big props to him because he's just driving everybody. He's driving every day longer than I am. I'm going to work and all that stuff, which I love my work.
Well, you wanna tell us about your sponsors?
Oh yeah, I definitely got to thank a couple sponsors for this. This whole race thing's a whole big thing. I want to thank Hill Marine, Redline Oil, Signature Propellers, perfection in every rotation. You need a propeller, give us a call. FabTech, my team, Critical Hit Racing, me, Leighton, Trenton, Connor, and Bucky Charmonte, all went for this race. CBR, you, Randall, for streaming, Dave, Scott, for you being here too. Timmy at Sign Pros for wrapping my actual buggy. In real life, I got a big shout out to him. I'm gonna hopefully release some new things coming out soon on Instagram. Big O Tires, McDowell, and Tempe, the whole Grinder family. AIM, Leighton Kramer for all his help. He's helping me get through this whole team. This guy knows his stuff. He's putting in laps longer than I am. He's just doing all the work for the whole team. He's supporting everybody. And then I want to give a big shout out to Evan92 for my virtual design.
Hey, by the way, you got to tell Adam to get a sim rig and get on iRacing and come play with us.
We're working on that, actually.
Awesome.
Adam, if you're on the stream right now, we're building your PC in a couple of weeks.
Awesome. Love it.
So,
all right.
Well, congrats on it. And, hey, man, keep doing it. And hopefully you'll get back into this when their points race and get on the podium again.
Yep, I can't wait. Thank you, guys.
Zach Dropkin, everybody.
You got it. Thank you, Zach.
No problem.
All right, next we have in the booth with us, once again, Luke. It's like deja vu. You're back.
I'm glad. It was a fun race.
Yeah, it was a really good race. This time you were able to kind of get that truck to pull away and run away with it. There was an opportunity for Connor and Trenton to sneak in on you, but they decided to battle it out, and that gave you the opportunity to pretty much run away with it.
Yeah, the first half of the race was a little sketchy. Me and Trenton were going at it a little rough, and he roughed me. I roughed him right back, but we did it all clean and got away with it. And I didn't get away with it, but we came out clean. And on the restart, I just pulled away out. My truck was super good at the end. I was pulling every lap, and I just can't thank Lethal Esports for giving me an awesome truck.
Well, Luke, I got to really ask you, turn 1, at the start of the race was good for you. You got out of it. There's a lot of carnage behind you. But later through the middle of the race, just watching, you with 3 wide going through turn 2 into turn 3 and right on you every single time. Trenton was right up there and looked very clean. It's just like there was like no contact, maybe just a little light rub of the bumper, but to watch how smooth you guys were coming out, the transition could be really sketchy coming out of 2 into 3.
Yeah, it is. How we come out and always on the inside with that runoff, and then we throw it in off the tabletop into 3. It's a little hairy when we're too wide, like me and Trenton were a couple times, but me and Trenton have raced a lot of times, and we know where we go and know how to race clean, and that's what I like racing with him.
Well, Trenton, being, spent a lot of time up there doing the super lights, he's probably got some good memory of that track there, I'm sure, too. They spent a lot of time because Superlight was based right out of there. But you've got a lot of time on that track, but it's been in a mod kart, which is a different track. So is that in your head like a little bit screw with you every once in a while, or have you just like shucked that out of your brain?
It does sometimes. It's a little weird going the opposite way.
Yeah.
On the backstretch, but it's all the same basically. I just block it out, and sometimes after the race we actually go backwards, and it's the same actually where we're throwing it off that tabletop out of 2 into basically. But yeah, it's really fun, and
it's crazy. Just to let people know, when you do mono carts, you come up out of turn 3, or you come down the hill, and then you go along backwards, and then you make a hairpin 180 degrees. So I'm sure you don't miss that. Because that's been nasty. To you a few
help
times.
At this track with all the hairpins.
Yeah, I know. Well, Luke, man, you've had so much momentum, and gotta say congratulations. You last Friday with an awesome win there, and all the press you've been getting lately, and of course it brings a lot of attention not only to iRacing but to the Lucas Oil Off-Road Racing Series,
which is always good.
Yes.
And then I wanted to step in and say, it's actually been pretty awesome to see you grow from driving in high octane to now, and kind of pretty much a whole year's of driving, and you're up here, pretty much putting down podium wins almost every race. It's pretty awesome to see that growth.
Yeah, it's been a long way. I've definitely started out kind of slow, like how everyone else started, but I didn't have the jump start as everyone else. I had to work my way up. Setups and everything. I had to make my own, not just get my own or get one from someone. So it was definitely difficult like that. But other than that, it's awesome, like you said, to come from high octane. And also, it was awesome winning last Friday with the Lucas Oil Esports, and now today winning the Pro Invitational here.
Yeah, definitely.
Whoop whoop. Dude, awesome, man. Proud of you, Luke, and I know with the sponsors, and you got some great ones out there for sure. I think you should give them some love, because without their support, you wouldn't get to do what you get to do.
Yeah, for sure. Ultra Wheels, Diamond Mac Materials, Rigid Industries, HJC Helmets, Super Clean Products, and big sponsor for this series. Lucas Oil Products, Team Sports Data, Walker Evans, Rugged Radios, Travis Williams Motorsports, Good Line Products, Impact Race Gear, my dad and my mom, Lucas Oil, and Lethal Esports, and my teammate Ethan and Sean Heck from Affordable Sticker Service.
Awesome.
Right on, Luke.
Well, thank you, Luke. I can't wait to see you next week and see what you put down for the round 6. So I hope you have a good night and a good weekend, and I'll see you around.
Thanks, guys.
You got it. Talk to you later, man.
Well, if anyone's hopefully still got people listening here, don't forget to go to our YouTube page and like it and subscribe.
And subscribe, yes.
We want to get subscribers. And when we get over 100, the 100th one that we get out of this broadcast, we're going to send a prize package, some T-shirts.
Yeah, we'll send some T-shirts, and I'm actually working on getting some stickers. So hopefully for the next 100th, we'll throw in some stickers. But for every
media.
Yes, every 100 we jump, so 400, 500 subscribers, we're going to be doing a giveaway. And we have to make a small announcement. There was actually a mix-up with the scoring. So it goes, per se, give me 1 second. The champions for overall for tonight, we have Luke in first place, Connor Berry second, and Zach third.
So that would be the overall.
Zach.
And Zach, did you have something to say?
Oh, that was pretty much it. Yeah, just about the champion thing.
Okay, and then what's the prizes for each one?
First place I know is Super Clean, a T-shirt, and I think it's a little bit of gift cards. I don't exactly know. I know second. I know first is that one. I got to figure out second place and third, but I know that first place gets super clean T-shirt, and I think a gift card.
Well, I hope he gets super clean. He takes a shower after this. Makes me feel so dirty.
All right, guys. Thank you for everyone who stayed and listened for this long. I'll see you guys actually in a couple days. Don't forget to tune in on Sundays. We have our core racing series, and that's going to be a fun one. We had our last race, which is street stocks at Phoenix Rallycross. So if you guys haven't watched that, tune in. You'll get a laugh. It's a lot of fun to see those street stocks jump like dolphins over the tabletop. And then we'll have the Core Racing Indy Series on Monday. So if you guys want to keep up with racing action, please tune in. There's more to offer, or I have more to offer than just this. So don't forget to tune in and check them all out.
And then next Wednesday, we're back to regular series.
That's correct, round 6.
And then check out our issue is going to come out hopefully the end of next week. DirtSportsWorld.com you can go to.
Super excited to read that.
And any of the sponsors want to get involved with the Dirt Sports World, you can hit me up at dave@dirtsportsworld.com. Send me an email. We got some great special pricing for advertising to go in to help promote some of the iRacing. And then, of course, all the great real off-road racing that we cover. So for myself, Dave Arnold, Randall Alvarez, we'll see you next time on the virtual race scene.
That's correct. And also for Scott, thank you for coming in here.
Scott.
I know he had a bow
I forgot
out.
he bailed out on us.
But thank you, Scott, for showing up and helping
thanks,
us out.
Scott. Appreciate it, bud.
I hope everyone has a good night. See you guys later.